Hello again. So this video, if I look exactly the same and like I'm wearing the same tank top and I'm drinking the same glass of wine, it's because I am. Because this is a pre-filmed video. Look at a bitch go. So I want to talk a little bit about James Charles and his scandal that's happening right now on the internet with saying he's faking Hims swatches. If you watched my previous video, you'll know that today, which is the same day as the last one, I've been having a lot of trouble with my speech. Like, I'm just tripping over my own words. And I did say in the last video, and I'll say it in this one, it's not the wine. This is the same glass of wine that I've been drinking the entire time. And it wasn't a full cup. It was about this far. I've had as many sips as you guys have seen me between last video and this video. I just can't, like, get it together. But we gonna try. Anyway, so James Charles released an Unleash Your Inner Artistry palette with Morphe Brush Cosmetics. And it's gorgeous, and I saw it, and I really liked it. I thought it was a good, cool concept because we don't really have a palette on the market right now that has everything that you can do. Neutral, glam, and then also like really creative looks. We don't really have that. Like, you have to use 30 palettes to do. I still have this in my lap from the last video. We talked a little bit about the Blood Sugar palette in the last video. If you care to know my thoughts on it, go back to our previous video and have a peek at that. Anyway, so I watched the whole video of James, and he did a really long, really honest, I thought, breakdown of his entire collection that he's doing with Morphe. He's also coming out with a brush collection, which I loved, and I honestly really want to buy that because he understands, like, from a makeup artist point of view. He's just like, so this James Charles brush, I'm giving you 3. Yep, there's going to be duplicates because if you're trying to create a creative look, you're not going to have time to stop and wash your brush every time. And I'm like, there you go. He knows. That man knows, because I have so many brushes that look exactly the same because I don't want to have to wash my brush every single time that I need to dip into a new color to do the same eye look. These are the same style of brush. Like, and I love that. And this one's stained pink still from the last thing I did with the Blood Sugar palette. Like, I loved it. And I want that brush kit really bad. Second thing I want to talk about with Morphe, while I have y'all here, let's talk about their fucking sponge. I have it somewhere. Let me see if I can find it, because that is included. I really wanted to talk about this in my previous video. There it is. I threw it on the floor. Hold on. I got mad. So, it's real dirty. This is the Morphe Contour and Highlight Sponge that all the beauty gurus have been pushing, talking about it. Jaclyn Hill especially. James Charles included it in his brush collection too, and everybody's like, oh my god, I love it, it's such a good sponge. This sponge is hard as a fucking rock. Like, this is a rock hard sponge. Like, no matter how much, it's so hard, and it feels like you're punching yourself in the face when you use it. Now, I bought this, I paid money for it, so I'm gonna keep using it, but I'm gonna be pissed off the entire fucking time because I was so excited. I was like, yes, it's gonna be a dupe for the beauty blender that everybody loves so much, and the beauty blenders are $20 fucking. No. Let me give you some alternatives, because this is a piece of shit, honestly. Like, the flat side is fine to push your foundation to your skin, because I put my foundation on with a brush first anyway, and then go back and like pat it out with a sponge. But when I do concealer with the pointed side, it just picks everything up off my face. Like, it'll take the concealer and the foundation off. And I don't understand why. And I've used the concealer and foundation in combination a million times. It's the fucking sponge. I don't understand. They must be making like triple commission off this fucking sponge, because it is a rock hard nightmare. Moving on, let's get you some a good affordable dupes for that sponge. This is from the brand Shayna B. All my sponges are dirty, so don't come for me right now. This is from the brand Shayna B Miami. It's her sponge. It's awesome. It's very textured, like really like bumpy. So if you have textured skin, I know a lot of people back in the day were talking about how they tear their beauty blender in half because their skin's really textured, and it made it go on a lot smoother. This is already like that. I love this sponge. It's like, I want to say cheaper than the beauty blender, but I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. Pretty sure, because Shayna B's products are a little on the cheaper side, but they're really good, and I like this sponge. Moving on. This is from the brand, what is it called? Hold on, I got something else. Ruby May Cosmetics. This sponge was like $10 maybe. It's exactly like a Beauty Blender Pro. There is no difference at all. Literally no difference. Love this sponge. It is fantastic. Everybody's tried and true that I honestly don't like that much, but it works in a pinch, is the Real Techniques complexion sponge with the flat side and the curved side. Honestly, I could take this or leave it. I would honestly pick a beauty blender over this. I don't know why. It just doesn't make my makeup like look flawless like a beauty blender does. But the Real Techniques Diamond Sponge does. And I love the sponge so much. I got this at TJ Maxx for $2 and it is so good. It's so dirty. They have been used and abused. I love this sponge so much. And then my all-time favorite sponge, if I can find it in my mess of like sponge graveyard I have over here, which apparently, oh, I can't find it. That's the whole reason that I bought that Morphe brush sponge. Oh wait, here's one of them. This is an older, oh, this video is a hot mess. This is an older one because it's ripped, but I bought a new one and then I lost it. So I was like, I needed some setting spray and I bought the Morphe one. So I was like, I'll just buy their little pack. It's like a setting spray, a sponge, and like a primer. But this is my favorite sponge. This is the Echo Tools Perfecting Face Sponge, and I love it. This is such a good sponge. You can get a pack of 2, but it's torn. Like they're fragile. It's this one, and then it comes with like a concealer sponge, but the concealer sponge is hard as a rock like the Morphe sponge, so I don't use it at all. This is a really good sponge though. It's like maybe $10 at Walmart. And I love it. So moving on from that, I was really annoyed by that because everybody is pushing that sponge so hard, and it is included in James Charles brush set. And I think it's a piece of shit, and I was really upset when I paid all that money for something that I thought was going to be great, and it is hard as a rock. I'm so upset with that. Anyway, moving on. So, I thought his review of his products was so honest, and he was like, this swatches like shit. It's meant for layering. It's not that pigmented, but it's meant to be put over other things. This shadow doesn't perform that well. It's really hard to work with, but if you put it on over a actual eyelid primer instead of a concealer, it'll perform beautifully. You need to pack it on first and then blend the edges out with a lighter color. And the fact that he was so honest, he wasn't like Jaclyn Hill out here saying, oh, everything's perfect, this eyeshadow is perfect, every color is perfect, I worked 47 years on this palette to make it perfect. He was like, it gives me the color that I want, and I don't care that the formula is not perfect, because that's honesty. He's like, it's a pressed pigment because I wanted a true red eyeshadow, and the only way that I'm going to get a true red eyeshadow, it's going to be a little harder to work with, and I'm just letting you guys know, heads up, full honesty. And I was like, yes sir, good job James. So then, the drama. I'm going to sip, we're not sipping tea, we're sipping Chardonnay today. So, it has annoyed me to death because all these channels are picking up his video like, oh, he's faking his swatches, he's faking his swatches, he's faking his swatches. And I'm like, I watch those videos too, and I'm like, it doesn't look like a fake swatch to me. Like, you know, there has to be cuts in between because he's only got, you know, these fingers that he can swatch with, and there's 39 colors in the eyeshadow palette. He's doing his best. Like, he ran out of room on his arm because he had to start over. And that happens. They say he's faking his live swatches. Listen, you are buying a Morphe brush eyeshadow palette. How beautiful do you think it's going to be? They're good. I don't think they're the best in the world, but they're also not Natasha Denona prices. They're cheaper. And I thought that his video was really good. I did, 100%. 100% thought it was good. I thought it was honest. I thought it was real. And I think that everybody is just so stuck in this like drama apocalypse like state of mind that nobody can just let it fucking go and just be like, release, let it go. Let people just make their eyeshadow products in peace. Leave them alone. He was so open and honest about his products. And I'm not like a James Charles fanatic, but he did better than anybody I've seen. Jeffree Star is the only one that's honest enough with his stuff. He's like, this highlight is not blinding. If you put it on with your finger, it helps, but it's really not that blinding. It's more subtle, but sometimes you like a subtle moment. And James Charles, I feel like, did the same thing. He was like, this is not the perfect eyeshadow. It's a perfect color, but the formula is difficult to work with, but let me show you how to do it so you can actually use it correctly. I appreciated the shit out of that. I really did. And the drama has me so annoyed that I'm just like, the beauty community is so ridiculous. Sorry, I put on a face oil in the previous video, which was 10 minutes ago, because I stopped that video and then started this one the same minute, and I just didn't get it all the way rubbed in. Anyway, so it's hot as shit in here. I'm just really frustrated with the whole community right now. It's like, oh my God, just let it go. Let it go. Can we not all just chill and get along for a minute or two and let somebody like make their fucking money? Let him make his money. Leave him alone. I thought it was fine. I'm not saying James Charles is the perfect person. I'm not saying that he's not problematic, because he has been previously problematic. I'm saying in this particular instance, I don't think he's wrong. And I don't. Sorry. And I think that he's doing the best that he can be. And he's like 20 years old. Like he's doing grown people shit for a 20-year-old. He's doing better than me. Let me tell you. And I'm almost 10 years older than him. But I don't know. I'm just so frustrated. And I've made this video before about being frustrated with the beauty community and all the drama right now. And it's just because some people just won't let it the fuck go. Like, just let it go. Let it go. Who cares? Laura Lee is out here doing something, I assume. Mandy's back making videos, I have seen. And they're both, like, launching products right now. Cool. Nobody cares anymore. She's back on with Morphe. All her sponsors that had dropped her have picked her back up. And guess what? She's fine. Like, she's not worrying about you guys anymore. Which, I mean, Laura Lee, in my opinion, is still canceled. I don't subscribe to her. I don't follow her on anything, as far as I know. I may still follow her on Twitter, because I don't get on Twitter very frequently. So, don't at me, because I might still follow her on Twitter. But, you know, I was done, and I'm done with her. I watched her second apology video, and I was bored to fucking tears, because everything that they do right now, Manny included, is so strategic. Because I don't even think if they are friends anymore, it's really weird to me that they're like publicly not talking about each other, when they were like the two that talked about each other and were with each other all the time. Now I'm just like, okay, whatever. Like, friendship in the industry must just be a struggle. My dogs are fighting. Phenomenal. So yeah, that's pretty much all for this video. I got really frustrated with all the drama and the negativity, and I'm just like, can you please? Like, can we stop? Can we just stop? Like, let's move on. You want to talk about drama? Let's talk about how all these beauty gurus are trying to get us to buy a fucking brick sponge that is hard as a damn rock and trying to break our entire faces off. Because they're all saying it's always my favorite, it's the best in the world. I'm like, y'all are getting fucking different shit than I'm getting. Clearly. Let's talk about that. Let's not try to bring people down for doing fucking swatches. Like, I'm done. It's real frustrating. Anyway, I'm going to go lay back down in the bed, because clearly my brain is like broken from how exhausted I am. If you wanted to hear me complain about how tired I am, go to the previous video. Yay. So, I hope you guys have a great day or night wherever you are in the world, and I will be back at it again soon, hopefully having some cool new content for you guys. I am trying my best. I love you so much. If you want to follow me on all my social media accounts, you can follow me at Instagram at grungexglitterx. You can follow me on Snapchat and Twitter at grungexglitter, and you can follow me on Facebook at grungeandglitter-kp. Thank you so much, and I'll see you later.